myth is that snakes are slimy, and that just couldn't be further from the truth. If anything, yeah, they do have a little bit of a reflective look to them. So if you're in the wild and say you see a snake and it has this little shine to it, you may mistake that as a slime, or maybe that snake just came out of water or some type of mud, and so it's a little bit wet, but that's not the snake's fault. A snake just being a snake does not produce slime or any sort of stick or anything like that. So that is a huge myth that is surprisingly very common even to this day. You have people coming into the zoo all the time and they touch a snake and they go, oh wow, I think it's slimy. That almost happens every single day. It's mind-blowing for people like us that are around snakes that people actually believe that myth that snakes are slimy, because that couldn't be further from the truth. If anything, they actually have more of a soft, leathery kind of feel to them that is not even a single ounce of wetness, not even one bit. It feels just like some sort of a leather coat or something like that. Next up, we have our capybara. This is Javi right here, a 2-year-old capybara.
It's actually almost his birthday.
It is?
Yeah, June 5th.
Almost 3 then?
Almost 3.
Oh my goodness. The myth is that they are lazy, and that couldn't be further from the truth.
That is, anybody that's saying that capybaras are lazy must have never ever met them or never watched any video on YouTube ever. These guys are the last thing from lazy. They run at like 20 miles an hour.
Watch that. Isn't that crazy how fast they can actually run?
These guys also have a 3.5-foot vertical jump from the ground. How can you be lazy and just jump 3.5 feet? I'm barely jumping 3.5 feet off the ground. He could jump out of this pen if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's insane. Now he's chilling right now, but they're also just
No, wait a minute.
smart.
I gotta say something. I think that you just hit the nail on the head. They're not lazy, they're chill. Two completely different things. This is a chill animal, not lazy at all.
I think the misconception probably comes from that viral video of those capybaras and like that spa, that natural spa.
With the caimans and there's,
yeah. And they're just like in the water, just relaxing.
But even that, like that takes energy for them to be able to swim there, hang out there. Have you ever tried to get on a caiman's back?
No, but I did ride.
Lazy. It's because you're lazy, that's why you've never tried.
No,
and that's why it's just.
Next up, we have turtles here. Myth is that turtles can come out of their shell, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, a box turtle like Tyson or Eastern albino box turtle, he can go inside of his shell and he can close himself up there with that little flap right there, which is extremely cool. But even if he wanted to, he could not crawl out of his shell. He will grow with the shell for his entire life. Just to prove the point is that his shell is actually connected directly to his nervous system, so he can also feel every little touch that we give him. And some tortoises and turtles even react with a little bit of a boot scooch and boogie kind of deal when you do scratch their shell, because it feels good to them. So never hit a turtle on its shell. They feel it, it's directed right to their nervous system. And no, they are not like hermit crabs that outgrow their shell and need to find a new home. Nope, their shells will grow exactly right there with them. Ooh, feisty. Oh my goodness.
You never seen these before?
Dude, super cool, right? These, honestly, I have never cared once about a cockroach.
I love roaches,
But
and honestly,
that is so
listen,
cool.
I'm actually glad that we're doing this right now, because so many people in the comments give me so much slack for liking roaches. There's so many cool ones.
Look at how cool that is. That's got straight armor. That looks like an elite from Halo. Now, this is cool. Did you show Mom?
Yeah, I did.
What'd she say?
She said they're absolutely awesome.
No, she did.
Yes, she did. She actually liked it. She touched it.
Wow, yeah, these ones are pretty. They get big, these are little, or?
So these are like nymphs right now. They'll get a little bit bigger. This one's closer to adult size.
Look how cool and shiny that guy is.
And
It's
the
a
cool thing
rainbow.
is when these guys are born, they basically get this coloration just within the first couple days of being born.
Wow. These are some cockroaches I can get behind.
Coming to find you to show you the new roaches.
Oh, those are them.
Wow. Aren't they cool?
He is him.
He is him.
That's what the kids say nowadays.
I'm him. Yeah.
I'm him.
These are actually really sick.
Right? Like if Why can't these be the ones that infest your home and not those ugly little guys?
I don't want any of them to infest my home. But I will say, these are pretty cool. People probably have never seen these. I don't know if I've ever seen these in person.
What are these things called?
Magnificent. Oh, they said
Magnificent emerald roach.
Well, yeah.
Were these things in the movie Wicked? They should have been.
They're
I've
from
never
the
seen-
Emerald City.
Yeah, the Emerald City from the Wizard of Oz, or Wicked, whatever the new one is. But wow, these are actually crazy, and he's running.
Yeah, they don't stop.
Oh, I was actually,
That's a cool new
that
watch
was right
screen.
with my second guess. So these guys actually come from Southeast Asia, specifically Vietnam.
Vietnam, wow.
Jeez. Sorry, I forgot we can't say that around him.
The flashback.
Probably shouldn't put that in there. We'll get a lot of people that are very mad about us making fun of PTSD.
I'm not joking.
Oh.
Oldest cockroach.
Oh, he peed on me.
Did it?
Look at that.
Oh my god,
yeah,
this is beautiful. It looks like.
Must have scared it.
Okay, so I'm trying not to.
Well,
Why are
yeah,
you
my fingers
pinching
are
it? Just-
huge.
And these actually aren't ours, so you guys got to be really careful with these. We're shipping
Alright,
them
I
out
gave up.
Guys,
today. Here,
Here,
Connie.
I'm not scared of cockroaches, so you could do that and I wouldn't care.
They look like giant roly-polies. They don't even look like cockroaches to me.
They look like you painted them chrome. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you know, with a little spray paint.
Yeah, they look spray painted, like a car or something.
I think it really looks like something that comes from Southeast Asia. They're just
Yeah.
they're just advanced out there, man. Everything.
They're beautiful.
All right, and for our next myth,
It's that fish don't actually feel anything, and I'm not talking emotionally, I'm talking physical pain. Like, for some reason, that is a myth out there that if you're going fishing or whatever and you catch a fish that they're just don't feel it, but they got a hook in their mouth, they can feel that if you karate chop it, it's gonna be like, ow!
yeah, that I mean, even if you just touch a fish, they can feel it. So if they can feel your touch on their back, why wouldn't they feel anything else? They definitely can feel a hook. They definitely can feel when you're chopping their heads off. They definitely can feel anything that you are doing to them. They have feelings.
Yeah, so we're gonna chop that one up as a myth. That is not true. Fish can definitely feel pain.
I think they can feel emotions too, to be honest. I think fish are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. Ooh, get it, buddy. There you go. To me, like, guess what? He was feeling like he wanted to eat, which means he's feeling hungry, came over and ate. Get it, get it, get it. Yeah! Did you see that mouth? Woo! Doggy, that was a good one. Did you see that?
No.
It was a good one. Arowana. Boom. Yep. It's good. All right. Next. Wow, look at this.
They must be feeling good.
They must be feeling good.
Wow.
I pet him. Did you see that? Do it, Noah, get it. Pet him. Make him feel it.
Slimy.
Ha. Next.
Right here we have some amazing tomato frogs. I'm gonna grab one, but we actually have a few in here. Take a look at this bad boy right here. Wow, it is absolutely gorgeous, making me hungry for some pasta. I think I might have to cook up some masticholi tonight and stop by the store because, wow, this is absolutely stunning. But here's the myth. Toads or frogs, depending on where you hear it from, give you warts. And that couldn't be further from the truth. As people that handle toads and frogs almost every single day, none of us have warts. None of us has ever had warts. Jay, Melissa, and Jet and AJ, they go outside all the time catching all sorts of toads and frogs in the wild. Never once have gotten a wart. It is just not true. I think that probably came from a mom that didn't want her little boy grabbing toads and frogs in the wild and said, hey, if you touch that, you're gonna get warts. And then it scared the kid away, and then it... Hey, Vanessa, I told little Timmy over there that if you touch the frogs, it'll give you warts, and you stop touching the frogs, so maybe you should say it. And then, I don't know if that's a true story, but sounds, you could probably tell that story and people believe it. The point is, this little guy will not give you any warts, even if you rub them on your face.
And for our next myth, it's that snakes chase people. That is absolutely crazy. Snakes almost always do the opposite, actually. They just run away from you.
So what we're gonna do is an actual test right here, right? If snakes really do chase people, then we should be able to put him down, and then when we walk away, he should follow us. So let's go ahead and either prove this myth to be true or debunk it.
All right, what am I doing? Putting him down?
Yep.
Okay.
Then we'll walk this way.
Okay, he doesn't even, He's not gonna chase me so bad that he just wants to stay with me.
That's because he is sizing you up to eat you
Oh,
right now.
no!
That's what another
I gotta
two in
get-
one myth.
I gotta get the snake off me.
He's sizing Jay up because he's going to eat him.
No, that's not true.
No, that's not true. Right now, he's just hanging on to him. But that is also another myth. People think that, you know, oh, there's that misconception. Oh, I'm laying down, and then all of a sudden my snake's gonna size me up because it's gonna eat me. And that's just not necessarily true. But here we go. We're gonna walk this way, and there. Yeah, it's chasing us.
It's definitely chasing us right now.
There we go. It's working. It's actually chasing cameraman.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, well, maybe he is chasing us a little bit.
Do you think it is? It kind of.
It's coming our way, but
No, it's not. I think he's just.
definitely no chasing.
There's no chasing at all. I think he's just out and enjoying his time out. Wow.
Whoa. Look at that
Wow.
mouth.
That is awesome.
Oh my.
Oh.
Did you see that tongue
Well, that was
action?
weird. That's the Jacobson organ.
Wow.
All right, Al.
Yeah, so there you go. Clearly no chasing being had.
Look, I literally can walk right past him.
No chasing.
There's no chasing at all.
Now there is this one viral video, I don't even know these days with AI and whatnot, of these guys going down this abandoned little staircase and then a rattlesnake falling down behind them, and it's like essed up and it is coming after them. I don't know if that they are or not, but even if it is real, which I think it actually is.
It might be, but maybe there's still certain circumstances where interesting things could happen. But
Yeah.
I still say it's myth.
I think it's a myth too. But then there is a black mamba that kind of can run and jump at you.
But that's like if you're gonna threaten it, right? Like Al Pacino might chase us if we do something to it and it feels like it has to defend itself.
Maybe.
So I don't.
Stuff. I don't think there's enough evidence. Myth. You're safe. If you're in the wild, you're probably safe.
You're safe.
Probably.
Next up, we have Kenya, our African fat-tailed gecko. Now, the myth for this is that lizards or geckos can regrow their entire body, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Now, only some lizards and geckos can regrow their tail if it falls off, but regrowing their entire body, that is just a complete falsehood, not true, and even some lizards can't even grow their tail if somebody rips it off or cuts it off or if it pops off. For example, the crested gecko can pop its tail off, but it will never regrow its tail. This guy, if his tail did fall off, it would regrow, but it wouldn't even look this beautiful. This guy has never lost his tail, thankfully, and we're trying to keep it that way. So, myth, busted. Lizards, geckos cannot regrow their entire body. Only some can regrow their tail. Next up is a myth that all lizards have legs. That is not true. We have Vlad, the legless lizard. This is not a snake. This is 100% a lizard. And he's like, let me down. So I'm just going to let him kind of crawl around a little bit. But not all lizards have legs. You may wonder, well, how is this not a snake? It looks like a snake, which it totally does. But it is not, and here is why. So there are quite a few reasons why this is classified as a lizard. One is the ears. You see the little hole on the side of the head? Then it's actually ears, something that snakes do not have. Another is the jaw. They have a hinged jaw just like we do, so they are not like snakes, where snakes can kind of dislocate their jaw to eat massive prey such as humans, deer, crocodile, alligators, whatever, if you're a big enough snake like a Burmese python. But the legless lizards like this guy right here, they cannot do that to their jaw. And one of the final things, which you could probably find a whole lot more, but one of the final things that we're going to talk about right now is the tail. Now if you see this right here is, we're going to use the scientific name, the cloaca, aka what the hell no!
off!
And as you can see, it starts about halfway up the body, which is very unusual for a snake. I mean, a snake would start all the way basically down here compared to where a lizard has mostly tail on its body. I mean, look at from my pinky all the way to the end there, that's all tail. So that is just a few reasons why this is a lizard and not a snake.
Next up is that reptiles are aggressive. To me, that is an absolutely crazy myth. I actually don't know how many reptiles that I ever met that I would classify as aggressive. There's a really big difference between defensiveness and aggressiveness.
Yeah, I would say that, you know, sometimes if you run into a snake in the wild or whatever and it's trying to bite you, you got to remember that we are Goliath size. And we're probably really scaring them. And that's even for big animals, even like
Alligators.
You know, a rather, large alligator or something like that. Monitor lizard. We're huge to them, so we're scary. You gotta remember that. You would get defensive as well. I would say that aggression, I don't know. Is there even, if you could think of an aggressive reptile, could you think? I mean, crocodile, probably aggressive.
I would say that that's maybe aggressive, but I would still say that 80% of the aggression is still just defense. You know, if we're approaching a crocodile and it's never been around humans, or it's ever only been around humans that have done bad things to it, then yes, it's going to be aggressive, but only to defend itself.
Yeah, but I guess if in your common pet trade animal, nobody's having a crocodile as a pet.
No,
you know.
at least you shouldn't. But when I think about things like dogs, there are dogs that are just sometimes aggressive. If you're too tall, if your voice is deep, if you wear a hat, if you do anything like that, dog might show aggression to you for a unnecessary reason. I think that that's the difference. To me, reptiles aren't like that. I could come in, Noah could come in, you guys could come in, and Diddy's still gonna act just like this because he has no reason to be aggressive.
Yeah, so for maybe a little rhino iguana like this guy like here, or some of or our snakes that we have here, you don't have to worry about aggression at all.
Myth busted.
Next up is that all sharks just want to eat people, and they want to eat people all the time, and it's just what they want to do. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I've actually shark dove before, and it was insane because they taught you that if there's a shark, look at them in their eyes. They view humans as predators, which I think is very unique, and I saw it firsthand. Floating in the water, all of a sudden a shark comes by, you make eye contact, and they're floating up, and then they just dive away. It's like they're ambush predators, so they actually view us as a predator itself when we're making eye contact with it. It was really an amazing experience to be able to dive with them and like that. But shark attacks against humans are actually incredibly rare, and although when it happens it's big news and whatnot because it is quite scary and a nightmare or a fear of most people, the odds of it happening are actually very slim, and it doesn't happen very often at all. So sharks just being crazy human eater savages couldn't be further from the truth, and something like Marty right here, he's no harm to us at all. Next up is that all fish can live with each other. That is actually not true. There's saltwater and freshwater, which you can't put saltwater and freshwater together. It just isn't real. But even fish like this need a certain amount of space. You can't stick a fish like a look-down fish into a small tank that you could maybe have 1 or 2 clownfish with. And then it even gets furthermore because you gotta think about what type of fish you're even putting in. You wouldn't know that necessarily clownfish can actually be little bullies of a tank. Or if you come over here and you see things like our triggerfish or maybe some sort of tang, they can actually be very aggressive and kill other fish if you just don't have the knowledge. So it's an absolutely a no-go. You cannot just put random fish in with each other if you don't know anything about them. Or if you buy, let's say, a deep sea lobster, right? You can't throw a lobster in with a clownfish inside of a 50-gallon freshwater aquarium. It just doesn't work like that. Things will just die, and you will end up losing a ton of money and losing a bunch of pets too, which just hurts like crazy. So that is a huge myth. That is not true whatsoever. Please, if you're doing fish, do your research, because you don't want to buy a triggerfish and put it in with some other friendlier fish and end up losing all your cute little pets. That would just be devastating. Next up, we'll talk about some stingrays. And no, stingrays, they are not just inherently aggressive. Actually, guys like this, a cow-nosed stingray, are so nice and friendly. All they want me to do is stick my hand in there and pet them right now.
And even when freak accidents happen where somebody like Steve Irwin unfortunately passes away, I mean, it is just a complete freak accident. They are not looking to just go around and kill people. That is insane. So although we did lose a legend to a stingray, that doesn't mean that the stingrays are just inherently aggressive. They're not, and a lot of them, just like our cow-nose rays, all they want is just little pets and little treats. So stingrays, no, they're not aggressive at all. First off, these guys are not goldfish, but they're the closest looking thing to goldfish that we personally have. Now, the myth is that goldfish only live up to a couple weeks, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Maybe if you buy it from some carnival fair and it's in super bad health and you do a terrible setup, yeah, it's only gonna live a couple weeks because it's not in the right setups, it's not in the right temperature, it's not in the right anything, and maybe you're not even feeding it the right thing because you just won it at a fair. But if you responsibly buy a goldfish and you really take care of it, give it a dope setup, that sucker can live up to 20 years or more if you truly take care of it that well. So that is a big old myth. Goldfish can live for a long, long time, not just a couple weeks if you really take care of it.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.